It's closed on the 7th of September, 2023. We always start with our disclaimer. We'll go over our calls, make some predictions. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, which is September 8th, 2023. Remember, I can be wrong. Trade at your own risk. Also remember, I'm busy this week and next week. I doubt I'll be able to post every day next week. I certainly won't be able to follow the market intraday. Also, every now and then I ask people who appreciate what I do to go on Amazon, tell them the system works. Look for the pattern with the early low, which is this. Tomorrow should also have the early low. We had signals that were mixed. We said the commonest thing was a gap and prompt move outside the day's range. We got that. And we had a target of 44.4727, and that printed. This is just what we said. Now, we still haven't seen 44.20 cash, and I think we will. But that doesn't tell us about tomorrow. Could be tomorrow, just doesn't have to be for that to work. We got an ultimate buy signal in the morning. We certainly traded higher. In the afternoon, the same pattern gave us an ultimate buy, ultimate sell. Usually it'll go nowhere when that happens, and you go back and forth. When you went up, said the move was false. We went back and forth, closed, little changed. That's what typically happens here. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here. We're working on a DeMark sequential buy signal, which will print if we get bar 13. That would take 5 more days down, not necessarily consecutive. And these things don't have to go to completion. And even if they do, I don't know where that where that number 13, if it prints, is going to end. But my experience is, if you do print bar 13, his stuff is more accurate in calling lows than calling highs. And if the further away bar 13 is from the low of the pattern, my experience is the greater the rally, if one occurs. So if we can't take this out in the next few days and just keep dropping without taking this out, this thing has the potential to reverse in spades. Now, of course, that's not happened yet, but we'll just give an early heads up. We'll watch for it. Might not happen. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low, and that's true regardless of where we open. I've had to change how I phrase this. I used to say it's the pattern with the early low, but we could gap up. And some people apparently didn't understand what I was saying. What I'm saying is the pattern calls for an early low in a certain time frame. It has nothing to do with where we open. And whether we open here, or here, or here, the low comes in the same time frame. So it's not a call for the open, it's a call for a time frame in which a low appears. Hopefully that's a bit clearer. And the importance is, if you know where the early low is and you look at the 32 calendar day pattern, you can get change in trend times for the rest of the day. That's why it's important. It has nothing to do with how we open. Anyway, today's normally bullish pattern featured early weakness and a failure to close near the high. And if that's maintained at the open, that's negative stuff. So unless we gap and promptly overtake today's high, we should see lower prices tomorrow, regardless of where we close. So does that mean it's impossible that we gap up tomorrow and we have to drop? No, because we had multiple lows and they've held so far. Now, I still think we have a lower target. I think it's 30 points lower. And this is not bullish action. there's nothing to stop us from going down tomorrow and hitting it tomorrow. But if we gap up, which is not impossible, all that negativity goes away, and I just can't rule that out. So if we don't take this high out early, then I think we'll drop. Doesn't mean we have to close lower, but I think we'll drop and there is a lower target. But I don't know where we're going to open tomorrow, and so far we haven't made progress in taking out these lows, and this support level's held, so you can't rule anything out. So it's the pattern with a time frame for an early low. If we don't trade up here fast, I think we'll trade lower, even if we don't close lower, but nothing stops us from going up here and taking a detour before hitting the 44.20 target. So we'll see how we open, and that's today's call.